Alright, let's dive into something that's got me both intrigued and a little creeped out. Because who doesn't love a good horror concept, right? So, here's the deal. Chloe Oker, the director behind Watcher, is teaming up with screenwriter April Wolfe to bring us a new horror flick called Bad Hand. And honestly, the premise is wild. Picture this, a kindergarten teacher, just a week before her wedding, gets into a hit-and-run accident. Sounds tragic, right? But here's the twist. Her hand starts acting on its own, driven by a bloodthirsty desire for revenge. Yeah, you heard that right. Her hand goes rogue. Personally, I think this is one of those ideas that's either going to be brilliantly unsettling or veer into campy territory, and I'm here for both possibilities. What makes this really interesting is the creative team behind it. Chloe Oker's Watcher was a masterclass in tension and atmosphere, so I'm curious to see how she handles a concept that's inherently more, let's say, physical. And April Wolfe, who co-wrote Black Christmas, 2019, is bringing her flair for dark storytelling to the table. Now, Black Christmas wasn't my favorite. It felt a bit too formulaic, but Bad Hand seems like a completely different beast. It's not just about jump scares, it's about the psychological horror of losing control over your own body. I mean, imagine your hand having a mind of its own. It's like The Hand meets Idle Hands, but with a modern, gritty twist. One thing that immediately stands out is the body horror element. We've seen rogue limbs before, The Hand comes to mind, and of course, Idle Hands, but Bad Hand feels like it's leaning into the psychological aspect more deeply. What many people don't realize is that body horror works best when it's tied to a character's emotional journey. Here, you've got a woman on the brink of a major life event, her wedding, and suddenly, her body betrays her in the most literal way possible. If you take a step back and think about it, it's a metaphor for losing control, for the parts of ourselves we can't rein in. That's what makes this more than just a killer hand movie. From my perspective, the success of Bad Hand will hinge on how well it balances the gore with the character's internal struggle. If it's just a series of bloody hand-driven murders, it might feel gimmicky. But if Okuno and Wolfe dig into the psychological toll, the fear, the isolation, the sheer horror of it all, this could be something truly special. I'm also curious about the tone. Will it lean into dark comedy like Idle Hands, or will it stay firmly in the unsettling territory of Watcher? Either way, I'm cautiously optimistic. This raises a deeper question, though. Why are we so fascinated by body horror? Is it because it taps into our primal fear of losing control? Or is it just the sheer absurdity of it all? Personally, I think it's a bit of both. There's something universally unsettling about the idea that our bodies, the things we take for granted, could turn against us. And Bad Hand seems poised to explore that in a way that's both visceral and thought-provoking. A detail I find fascinating is the protagonist's profession, a kindergarten teacher. It's such a stark contrast to the chaos her hand unleashes. Imagine someone whose job is to nurture and protect, suddenly grappling with a part of themselves that's violently out of control. What this really suggests is that horror, at its best, is about juxtaposition. The sweeter the setup, the darker the payoff. And Bad Hand has that in spades. So, does Bad Hand sound interesting to me? Absolutely. It's one of those concepts that's so bizarre, it's hard not to be curious. Will it live up to the potential? That's the million-dollar question. But with Okuno and Wolfe at the helm, I'm willing to bet it'll be a wild ride. What do you guys think? Are you ready for a killer hand movie, or is this one step too far into the absurd? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if nothing else, it's a great reminder to appreciate your hands, before they decide to take matters into their own, well, you know.